So my name is Joel Burley, and I'm currently based in the United States of America in North Carolina.
Beautiful. So Joel, prior to joining WCA, what would you say has been the biggest problem or the biggest challenge in your life, and how is that affecting you?
Well, the biggest challenge in my life before this was I felt like self-sabotaging behavior was something that was very common. I felt like my life would go through these sine waves where it's up and down and up and down and up and down around like a certain, period in my life, like a certain baseline as I learned. So I definitely seen that in my life before this. Yeah.
So I remember the time when you got accepted to WCA. I remember very well. We spoke about it, and of course it took a little while until you got here. Did you have any doubts, any concerns, any second thoughts about making it here? Because I know there were a lot of life changes, positive ones that happened. Did you any doubt about coming here at all? What were you going through until we actually opened the door to WCA?
Yeah, so I mean, when we were dealing with each other, I was with a whole different company, and that terminated, and it was a period in my life where it was like, what do I do next? And I really leaned on the program and the training to just go all in and do this for myself. And I knew I had this trip coming up, and I was like, if I get caught up in something, I know that this is going to be a breakthrough for me. So I leveraged it, and I was like, hey, go for it now. You got something that's going to help you out that's coming. So you just see what happens. Let's just go and go there. Well, money started running really, really low, started running really, really tight. But I made that a priority. I understood that investing in this was a huge investment in my person, and my person was the thing that actually makes the money. So it's like, invest in yourself, go in for this, and everything's going to work out. Yeah, and I'm really happy I did.
I know we talked about WCA many times, so what would you say for you personally, what surprised you the most or made you the happiest about being here at WCA?
It's something I have never witnessed ever in my life. And with all the self-help books and courses and programs that I've been in, I've never been experienced to the type of strategies and tactics that was used here. And the people, creating that environment to where it can reflect, the things that we're working on is bar none to less. It's perfect. It is something that I'll never forget. I'll never forget it. Yeah.
So on that note then, I want to know more deeper things now.
Okay.
So we've seen you going through a lot. I know you personally, but here, like I told you yesterday, I saw like a totally different version of you showing up in so many different ways. But for you personally, what would you say has been the biggest breakthrough, shift, or aha moment that you have experienced here so far?
So many of them. But for the one that's the closest to my mind right now is that for the longest time, procrastination I felt like was a problem. And that problem, I've been trying to solve that problem for years. I bought programs, courses, books, this, that, and the third, solving the problem of procrastination. But what I've learned is not a problem. It is a symptom. It is a symptom. It is something that comes after the problem. So really now it's like, I understand what the problem is or what one of the problems could be. Now it's like, all right, now I love fixing problems. Just fix these. This is going to make it so much easier. And half of them, they're like, once you become aware of them, it automatically fixes itself. And it was like, that's just one of the beautiful breakthroughs. Like, it's so many, it's probably at least a dozen of them, but that's the one that I feel is like really huge for me. That's what I'm taking home right now.
So on that note then, for you personally, what would you say surprised you about you the most? Like, was there a side of you that you saw you didn't know that was there before, or certain behaviors, thoughts that were surprising for you about you here?
What surprised me was how much I didn't think the opinions of others maybe affected me, and maybe even my parents and the way I was raised. I didn't really think that it was a really bad thing. I didn't think it was all out of love, but I didn't think that some of their beliefs carried over to me. I didn't see them in my life because I'm so much different from them, but I recognize that there are some residual, things there to help out with.
Yeah. So on that note then, for people who are listening to you and maybe they are thinking, oh my God, great for Joel, he's sitting here, he's confident, I could never be, where he is right now, could not travel all the way just to join it. What would you say to someone that they feel like they want to do this. Maybe they're also dealing with procrastination, other things as well, but they feel held back by maybe family members, maybe finances, whatever that would be. What would you say to somebody that wants to be here, but they are held back?
I would say to them that there's going to be a moment in your life where you're going to ask yourself, why you made a decision or why you didn't make a decision. And for me, I like to think about it as me being my 60-year-old self or me being an older self and saying, hey, what decision would I make to make that person happy, to make the 60-year-old Joel, the 70-year-old Joel happy? How would he feel about the decision that I'm going to make right now? Would he say, dude, you did that, you went all in and you tried it and you found something? Or would he say, man, you should have done that. You don't know what would have happened. You don't know. So it's like, I know it's like FOMO, the fear of but it's like, it's real. It's like it can actually change your life, but you just have to believe. You just have to believe, and if you feel the pull, then that is talking to you. That is telling you that you need to do it. If you feel the urge to do it, then that's what you have to do. Because if you don't, you're going to hurt yourself.
Exactly. It goes back to like, if it's your calling,
it's your calling. It's going to keep on calling.
Exactly. So to wrap it all up, Joel, Z has a final question.
Okay.
So can you describe the whole experience in one word of this entire retreat?
And say to the camera.
Expansive. Yeah.
And one more thing.
Oh, I was about to cut. Yes.
Sorry. Do you have a message to your future self? Like, do you want to say thank you or maybe something like that? That would be amazing.
To my future self, I say, I know you're having a great and wonderful life. I love you.